Try again. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Democratic Services Committee on Tuesday, the 8th of July, 2025. The first item we have is an election of a vice chair for the year 25-26. Do we have any nominations?
Can I nominate Wendy, please?
Is there any more nominations? Is Wendy happy?
Yeah.
Are we all in favour? Would you like to show?
Yeah.
That's carried. Thank you, Wendy. Next item is apologies of absence. Do we have any?
No apologies today, Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Sarah kept it.
Thanks, Wendy. Item 3 is disclosures of personal and prejudicial interests. Does anybody? No? No. Okay, we can move on again. Item 4 is the minutes. To approve and sign the minutes of the previous meeting, which starts on page 1 and goes on to page 2. Has anybody got any comments or corrections? No? Are we all in agreement that we accept these minutes? Yes? Anybody against? No? You're all for. Any abstentions? No. Okay, thank you. That's carried. Item 5, we're looking through this. Democratic Services Committee Annual Report. Presumably you've all read it. Looked at it. It's to come to us for comment about the format and any of the items that are in it. You want to make corrections, add anything else before it gets given to full council. Have we got anybody who wanted to make any comments about it? No? Got a shaking of heads. It's a similar format the previous years. Okay. Can we take a vote that we're all happy with it and we can go to full council? Okay, that's unanimous. Thank you very much. Right. Item 6 is the Councillor Training and Development Programme for 25 to 27, which starts on page 14.
Okay, thank you for this, Chair. So the report in front of you, I'm looking to create a councillor training and development programme for the next 2 years before the next election in May 2027. I've looked at the previous programme, mainly the induction side of things. Obviously, we're all aware of the importance of development and training of councillors and of officers too, obviously. And we're looking to make sure that we're meeting your needs. And I'm looking specifically at what the content should be. There always will be things that we're going to come forward to you with as officers, things that pop up throughout the year. But I'm looking at what we had back in November 2021. And on page 16, you can see there that there are 20 courses which council deemed to be compulsory. So I think if we start with those 20, is anything you feel that should be removed? They all seem reasonable to be unreasonable that they should stay, if I'm honest with you. But is there anything that's jumping out to you that could be added to it or tweaked to make sure that we're capturing the right areas? So if we stick on those first 20, I can read them out if you want, or if you've got them all in front of you, I can avoid doing that. So any comments on those 20 first on the compulsory elements of the training?
Anybody got any comments?
I take that as a positive. Curb your enthusiasm, everybody. So they're all logical ones. Obviously, if things come to the fore that need to be added, I will look to add those. The norm is that we request that councillors attend these training, the compulsory sessions, at least once during each council term. Obviously, if the training changes during the council term, you'll be asked to do it again. So you might end up having to do it twice in a term, but normally it's only the one. Then the main area I'm interested in then is the general training. Now, I've got chairs training, which we do once a term. There's local government finance, which the Section 151 officer did. Microsoft 365, well, before this meeting, a few people mentioned there is a need for a refresher on that, because obviously 365 allows you to use the Microsoft suite and to access the Oracle system to see various things about your personal situation. So I can look to arrange that sooner rather than later. And then there's understanding local area coordination. Are there any other areas on top of those four that you specifically would find useful?
Well, I've got a couple down. One is social media and the use of it. And the other one is AI, which is rearing its head a lot at the moment.
Just to pick up on that, so social media and its use.
Yes.
Obviously, I took a report to this committee the last time and to council 2 months back, talking about social media and its use. So you're looking specifically at how to use it, or the day, because I wrote about the dangers, just to be mindful of various things.
That's one issue, but really how to use it to set things up properly.
I can look to see what we can do, but setting things up obviously is difficult for the council because you've all got your own devices, so we can't really give advice on that, but we can certainly help to talk about content and things like that. I'll speak to people on that to help you. And what was the second part you said?
AI.
AI is being rolled out slowly in this authority. Can you put your mic on? Sorry.
AI can write a full chapter of your life if you wanted to, and you only got to explain 3 little bits to it, and it'll roll it out. You can print it out, and it looks like your own work. That's the way they cheat.
So with AI, the council is trialling it, and there are a few people. I think it's only officers, but it could have gone to certain councils. I'm unsure, but that's being trialled. So I will raise that with the relevant officer, and I'll see where it is being rolled out wider then. And obviously, when it is rolled out, obviously the training will be will be linked to that. So I'll put that on the list. Anything else jumping out?
Anybody online?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry, Chair. What about first aid?
An idea?
Only because I know we're quite a lot in the community. Different for me because I do it externally with the military, but I know there's a lot of councillors that probably would benefit, even if it's the emergency first aid, because most of us sort of are very much embedded in community activities, and I just think like even if it's the defib. I know the St John's Ambulance do a fantastic job with a 2-hour defib training. I know a lot of us as councillors roll that out, but I just think it could be something just to be pushed under people's nose, emergency first aid. I'm not expecting doctors on hand, but, maybe a 2-hour session could be quite handy for some councillors.
No, of course, I do recall that we did defib some time back, which was useful. I think what were they called? They're based in Mumbles.
Heartbeat Trust.
The Heartbeat Trust. They did some good work there. And yeah, I can certainly reach out to try and arrange that again because it is useful. And emergency first aid, I'll have to look at budget and what I've got, but I take the point. I certainly can look at it. Even if it's just the CPR element of things, just to ensure.
Absolutely.
But I certainly look at that.
Thanks,
any other things?
I know they do for emergency. I started a first aid course yesterday with the drop-in centre because I do a little bit of volunteering up there. But they do it like with the coach and different things. As your ward councillor, if it's in your area, you're free to go along to these first aid. So you could do. I got another session now on Monday, and I will completed it. So it's pretty good to let the councillors know that if they're running in their area, which they can jump on the bandwagon and do it for free.
yeah, it's always worth keeping an eye out in your local community centre, see what they've got available there, and it's a good link for you within the community as well. But I will look at it to see what I can do generally for the council. Obviously, it wouldn't be compulsory, but it's just an offer, and I take the point. Even if it's signposting to you where they're being run in the communities throughout Swansea. But leave that with me, certainly. Any other suggestions? And is there anything on the list that we've already identified that you feel would be useful to be trained in sooner rather than later? Again, a refresher, like we mentioned, the Microsoft 365 earlier. Well, thank you for that, everybody. That's useful.
Very much. We don't have to vote on that, do we? No.
Well, yeah, just a quick vote. There are recommendations on it.
Right.
So all in favour.
Are we all in favour of accepting the report with our additions? Right. Thank you. That's carried. And item 7 is the work plan for the rest of this year.
I'm looking for any suggestions you may have at the moment. I've got nothing that's pressing for the next meeting, but the one after we'll be starting work, looking at the induction programme and planning for that going forward. But for the next meeting, it's quite quiet for me at the moment, unless something jumps to mind. I'll keep an eye out for the appropriate reports to bring.
And that is Monday, the 3rd of November. Right. Thank you. Oh, well, that's it. Short and sweet. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Ta-ra.